Oh, greetings. All right, this is for the mentorship, which is a suggested video subject matter from the mentorship that was suggested. I don't know if it made any sense by saying that, but basically going into the channeling process of, you say, conscious channeling and trance channeling. Some people would call it trance. I'm going to call it whatever I want to call it. Let me turn this off real quick. Okay, so what is my current process? Give you a little bit more insight how I do things. So this is kind of like a channeling update, you can say, and just to because I can give you a process of how I started and how I do it now. So when I started, what I would do was connect to, like I would connect to anybody. I would connect to an alien being or an angelic energy. Just tap into their energy, and then what information I get from it is where it comes to your mind, and it sounds, you're basically conscious channeling. And I usually record it on a recorder as I'll talk into it, or I'll type it. And that's my process in the beginning. So sometimes I connect to like Iraq and like weird things. It's like, what are you telling me? It's like, okay, I'll connect to a reptilian. I want to talk to me about stargates in Iraq underground. It's like, what the hell am I talking? It's like, is this? So my method was like, okay, this is strange. I don't know what I'm doing still. So when I learned how to do to bring the being through me and talk through me. It's funny, things kind of changed after that happened. I wasn't talking about Iraq anymore, as much as I'd want to, or they just beings never came in that never came through it. That was never a subject matter. I just sort of went by the agenda of the beings that came through. So that method of basically, it's good to have candles on when you start out. You can have incense on if you really feel like it. Surround yourself with light. Of course, you can do any method of protection energies. What I do is this is what I added recently, is adding 2 shield energies around myself. You have to fully visualize your intentions, and you ground your root chakra to the center of the earth. You surround your root chakra with light. Send down to the center of the earth. Surround the core of the earth with your light. Surround the entire planet with your light, and then go through all your chakras surrounded with light. And I surround myself with light again. It's like I really like overdo it. It's not that hard once you get used to it, and also realize your intentions. You're going to connect to something that's positive for the most part, and not allow beings that are going to come in that are. I mean, there might be some interference here and there in astral. You can't always, shut down everything. Some have, or I'll work on that, but because you're not always aware that where you have holes where beings can cause difficulties. So it's a learning process, but usually the intentions of having a clear connection is key. So know that you will be fine helps also, but now you can ask for 1,000 angels. You can ask for, do any method that works for you. Everybody's going to operate differently. So what I do now, as I'm doing more conscious connections recently, a lot of that stuff is coming from me, my higher self, my oversoul, coming to different beings that come through also. So method I go about that, it's kind of, I just gradually went into it. Now, when I first got into all this actual channeling process for public consumption, I would just bring in somebody. They'll talk through me, and it's like, I don't have to think, I don't have to do anything. It just comes through a channel, and I'm out of there. So it's like we're channel for 30 or 40 minutes, and then we're gone. So, God, it brings back memories too. Because some things we channel through me, it looks like it's me talking, but it's actually them talking. I remember that. I did like an hour or 2 video, I remember a long time ago. I don't remember anything. You can't remember all of this. There's just no way. And you just basically go, when you bring in somebody, you sort of just let your arms and your mind and your body act the way it needs to for them to have that connection. So my arms move around and my voice changes and all that. You just sort of let them work through you. It's easier that way. You know, and when you get used to the vibrations of it, you don't have to move around so much. Of course, you're not putting on the channeling show like some people like, but sometimes they don't need to. Some people get, I've noticed the other channelers, they get kind of tired of moving around, their arms moving around, all that. So it just looks like them it just looks like them talking because they get tired of moving, you know, they just get tired of the stress of it. They have their eyes open and whatever it might be, it looks like you're just talking to them. So I think that's it. Just, you know, when you channel all the time, you get tired of, you know, movement because it is an exercise. When you're moving your arms around, it is stressful on you. And so when you're just sitting there channeling, it's like, you like you're just talking to them. So when I do most of my videos at night, um, usually I'm channeling for information I got during the day, and I bring through that in, and I disconnect to the angels and bring in what else needs to come through. And sometimes I'm just sitting here and I just get kind of strange looking because they are talking through me through conscious connections. And then sometimes, I haven't always felt like I need to actually, I'm always doing a grounding, but to actually have them talk through me, just to fully take over. You can say do like 80, 90% takeover to a degree. Because it's tiring. It's the only reason why I don't do it that much. I do it when it feels like it's necessary. There's various reasons for it. Sometimes they just need me to connect to it, and that's good enough. Obviously, there's a lot of deep information they can go into. They're not going into it yet. Well, we have a lot of lessons to learn with what we got now. They're always going to give us information here and there, but you just leave it open, not make it too complicated, and someone to constantly wow everybody with information. It's like, that's great and everything, but you don't have to. You just give out a healing energy. Healing is very powerful right now, and this world needs a lot of it. So it's whatever you feel like you need to bring you through. Yeah, just like, what kind of channeler do you want to be? I don't know. Just go with the flow. What do you want to put out there? It's whatever. The idea is to clear your mind, let love work through you, basically, you can say. Just allow it to just be and make it easy on you, however method that works for you. You don't have to put on a big show and be the best channeler in the world. It's just like, who cares about that? It's like some channelers I've from noticed that are very popular, making a living off this. The ego does kind of take over, from what I've noticed. But of course, some would say the same thing about me. But whenever they say that about me is when I started going to Disney and I'm making a fool of myself. But there's another reason for that. So that's just to get people's attention down the line. People think it's hilarious. When people start awakening to all this stuff, and that's like, what the hell? So there's a whole gag around that. So yeah, you just kind of go with the flow of it. It's I go back and forth. It's whatever the being that's around, they feel like they need to come through me to say what they need to say, or they can just consciously through me and just say it that way. It's just a lot of it's coming from my higher self when I'm not, bringing anybody specific in, or the angelic realms. Just that's the way it's been working a lot recently. Of course, I don't remember last week what I want right now. Even right now, it's like, how am I talking? So I'm doing a lot of astral recently too. So concentrating on that. That's been pretty taxing on my energy recently. There's been like recently I did on the drive back from Orlando, I tapped into the Karens and just felt like connecting to them. And that's when they gave me information about the aliens possessing people or integrating, however you want to look at it. So it gives you a little bit more insights. Usually I get ideas for videos. It comes in the morning sometimes, not always. There was a time that I'll get an idea every single day. I have a whole list of stuff still I've not fully gone into. Just of course, just keep going forward. It's a lot of stuff. I can't remember half of it. I can't remember half of what I talked about last week. I remember Dimension X. I'm going to go into that more. Go into that here and there. Time traveling energies. You know, you just kind of keep it open, have fun with it, and not take it so seriously. That's a big part of it. You know, follow your heart with love and just not make a big deal about it. The easier it'll come through. So like conscious channeling is probably the easiest. You just connect to whatever you like to connect to. Angels, what do you feel from an angelic energy? What do you feel from the spirit realms? It must be something that comes through. What do you feel about the politicians? If you want to go into something weird, do it feel Anunnaki to you? Feel Zeta energies there? What do you pick up? And you'll more get used to that. Because right now we have blockages and filters. Like, I'm not sure if I want to connect that. People think I'm nuts. Well, that's okay. It'll come through eventually. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that has not come through for various reasons. So you just I just weigh, when I make a video, I just let it, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's put it that way. Sometimes I have an idea, but like even before a webinar, I have no idea what's going to come through. They kind of talk to me right before I go live sometimes, being that wants to be there for the whole duration. I don't change my voice that much because, you know, you get tired. And, you know, do you need to? I mean, you connect to the energy of them. You don't really need to change your whole demeanor and everything. And, hey, I'm putting on a show. It's like it gets your words out, especially at a work situation. And, you know, I do this pretty much, you know, as much as I can. And I'm doing a lot in astral recently, too, from what it feels like. So it's like, I'm probably living a normal life in astral. Here I'm just living. Yeah, this is probably the weird is here actually. Up there is up there. Well, wherever, you know, it's everywhere. But this is where all the strangeness is. So you just let it flow. Not worry what others say, what they think. Oh, that's not this being. That's not that being. And just, you know, if your intentions are positive, follow that, because others are trying to sabotage you. Some get jealous. Some get pissed off that you're. What are you doing here? You're with the CIA. I love that one. I love that. It's like, oh, you're with the CIA. Oh, okay, whatever you say. Not that I'm aware, but then again, we all connect to the CIA and all other stuff that's here. So whatever. So it's not a psy, as far as I know. We're just here to unravel reality, basically, little by little. Yeah, you can look at channeling or healers, like we're the new superstars, you can say. Like musicians are, like actors are. It's just, I mean, all those have a healing purpose to it. Of course, it'd be nice without the manipulation, but a lot of musicians do have it without manipulation, definitely. It's called the 80s and 60s. The recurrent real music, yeah, it's a little here and there. So they get the idea. So yeah, I mean, with channeling too, that's another thing about those, like, unfortunately, like mainstream channeling, you know, that's it's fully integrated now. But like we have like mainstream music, you have mainstream channeling that unfortunately can be easily manipulated. You don't have that fully yet, not right yet, where they try to set the agenda. So that's not in full force at this point, but you can kind of see some of it in the works. Not naming any names. So right now you're seeing like an indie rock band that's my stuff and others out there, you know, trying to make their you know, put their message out there, whatever it might be. It's just humanity goes to the next level. You know, all this alien stuff is and angel and spirit is healing reality for us to go to the next level. So keep it open, and all information matters, even if you don't agree with it. Just part of our soul growth. So, all right, thank you everyone for your support, and I'll be back. This will be uploaded on the 15th. So I'm gonna upload it a little bit later. So all right, much love. Thank you for your support. Take care.